Okay, controversial video coming up. I don't really care, but I'm just going to say it. Stardust Crusaders are way better than Bujirati's team.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Come at me if you want, but it's just the truth, man. Seriously.
Like, there's no denying that the Stardust Crusaders are the better team. You guys are just bitches, if I'm being completely honest. I don't give a shit if you guys are going to comment mean things to me. It's just the truth, and I'm going to explain to you why. There's really simple reasons why, but here we go. Now, let's just put them side by side, right? You can see how much cooler Jotaro and his crew are. Like, see, this is like the period where, like, in JoJo, where they're really fashionable, but it's not going over the top of the flamboyantness, so they look really cool. And then you get to part 5, and it's just over the top gayness. Like, you can't sit there and pretend that these guys are gonna absolutely not beat the shit out of these guys in a fight. Dude, Kakyoin is the smallest one of the crew, and he can, like, his shoulders are bigger than all of their head. Also, they're all relatively around the same age, except for Joseph, so there's no excuses. They've got a fucking buff-ass fucking dog Iggy. I'm a dog person, so straight away, another point for the Crusaders. Next up, the stands are just so much cooler with the Crusaders. Yeah, look, I understand in part 5 that they become a lot more, like, technical, and they become a lot more complex, and the way they fight is, like, a lot more interesting.
Oh no!
That's a fucking aeroplane, what the fuck? And then, boom, you get to the Crusaders. You got Big Buff Cunt, Green Big Buff Cunt, KFC, Cunt with a sword, and Spider-Man. That's shit straight peak, if you ask me. Oh, and if you're gonna have a go at Jotaro for being like a really boring, bland JoJo, which you're not wrong, like, he hasn't got like the most, at least in his part, he's got the most development. But you can't sit there and pretend that Giorno isn't a cardboard cutout himself. He is boring as shit. He literally only has one interesting line in the first episode, and then he's just boring as fuck. Like, look, Jotaro at the start of part 3 is like a hormonal, like, arsehole, right? But as the part goes along, you see him start to actually form friendships with the other Crusaders instead of hating them. Like, if you show the first shot of him and then the last shot of him in part 3, you would see that there's clearly been an arc that's gone on from him being an arsehole to a good person, especially with the fact of him holding on to the photo that they all took in Egypt. Lastly, whenever I watch Stardust Crusaders, I feel like I'm with the boys. Like, it's one of the only shows I've ever watched where I felt like I'm actually a part of the crew. Like, as soon as the episode, like, comes on, it's like, I've just entered the scene. I'm literally with them in Cairo. I'm literally fighting, like, Batset Mariah or something like that, because I'm, like, so invested and so engaged. I can't say the same for part 5 or any of the other parts, really. And I think it's got to do with the fact that it's 45 episodes, so, like, you know, the whole thing is they're trying to get to Egypt in 55 days, so if you sort of, like, divide it out, each episode is essentially a day and a half of their journey. So you actually feel like you're along with the journey with them. So it makes it, yeah, it makes it just feel so personal. I remember watching the end of part 3, and I had to not watch JoJo for like 3 months because it hurt me so bad that I like had to say goodbye to 3 of them. And yeah, I never got that with part 5. Part 5 is actually so boring. It's just a worse version of part 3 aside from like a few ideas. I said it. Kill me, I don't care. People only hate Stardust Crusaders because it's the most popular part, and people just want to be different, and it's the truth. Also, GER doesn't beat Goku. Alright guys, I'll see you later.